I started the day at my riad where they had an incredible breakfast set up for us. The fruit was so fresh, and I also got to try their Berber omelet, which reminded me of a shashuka, but again, so delicious. Then we were out for the day, first with a city tour of Marrakech and to learn about its history. And we started at one of the entry gates into the walled city before heading into the Jewish quarter. The first main stop was the Bahia Palace, which is a mid to late 19th century palace that the king at the time built for one of his wives, Bahia. Everything was handmade with natural pigments and every color has meaning. It's truly incredible to see all of these designs and how they are still intact and in good condition today. After the palace, we headed back through the souks and ended up at an herbalist where I learned how they make argan oil. Again, didn't know that came from Morocco. I got my purse fixed, which was a very important stop. Then we went to the Ben Yusuf Madrasa. Madrasa means school. So this is where they used to teach the Quran. Again, the designs, the architecture, they were all just so magnificent. And I, of course, was having a good time with the fun-sized doors and all the small rooms that you can go in and out of. Then I got us a little lost on the way back to the riad, which meant we encountered a cat and donkey crossing, but I eventually got us back before our visit to the YSL garden. I couldn't get us tickets into the museum, but seeing the garden was still worth it. Although after visiting the YSL museum in Paris, it would have been nice to see this one too, but I guess that just means I'll have to come back. I went at the end of the day, so thankfully it wasn't too crowded. It was a huge jardin and such a variety of plants and flowers. I would always say whenever you see lily pads, there are never frogs on them. Well, not at Jardin Majorelle. There were so many frogs and I loved finding them. They were even more fun than the koi fish. It was just a lovely frolic through the jardin. Then we headed back to the Medina where they were having a concert of their typical music. This is the main square in Marrakech and just wild to see all the things that are going on here and being sold. I had my first couscous meal, which I wasn't crazy about. I just wish there was more meat to go along with the couscous. Then walking back to the riad, I hated seeing these monkeys chained up and being paraded around with costumes on. It was so heartbreaking to see. But on a brighter note, we ended the night watching the sunset from the rooftop at the riad, so stay tuned for tomorrow's adventure.